you're in transition and becoming a better version of yourself, it can be so tempting to want to shout it from the rooftops, to tell everyone what you're doing, especially if you're so used to being open and talking to your friends and your family about the next steps and just what you're excited for. But there is an art to doing it in silence. There is a beauty in allowing yourself to bloom in peace and in privacy, and then just popping out when you're ready. I say this as someone who used to just yap to all my friends and my family about every single thing I was doing, every single idea that I had. I would tell them, like, this is my idea, this is my idea, this is the new guy that I'm dating, this is the new whatever. I would just tell them every single thing. And I had to learn over time that there is beauty in allowing myself to transform and allowing whatever it is that I am bringing into my life to let it develop, to let it simmer until it has manifested into the thing that you really desire. Now, do I think evil eye is real? Absolutely. But I also believe that what's meant for you, that no one can take away. If you know that something's meant for you, then God can't take it away. But if you're secretly thinking that people have animosity towards you, or by sharing this, you fear that you won't get it because you just talked about it, that is where you are messing yourself up with. And I used to have those thoughts myself, like, oh, like, now that I've shared this, maybe that's why that didn't work out. Or I talked about this guy that I just went on one date with, and that's why that didn't work out. Or I talked about this goal before I actually reached it, and that's why that didn't work out. And you have to realize that the right people in your life, your real friends, your real family, aren't wanting you to fail. They want you to succeed. But as you're doing the inner work on yourself and you are learning about your self-worth, what you deserve, when you are learning to trust God and the universe more and having faith and holding on to the faith of what you want until you have manifested and that manifestation has come into fruition, it can be challenging to hold on to those ideas of I'm meant for this, because you are so used to things not working out for you. So obviously, by keeping things to yourself, by being private, or at least only sharing it with fewer people, right? Maybe not all of your friends and not all of your family, maybe just sharing it with a couple of people, or just keeping it close to your chest and not sharing it with anyone at all. It can have so many benefits. And so let's talk about that. First thing, when you cut out the noise of other people, or what I like to call the peanut gallery, it can really stop you from taking on other people's limited beliefs. When you're in transition, when you are doing the inner work on yourself, when you're learning to love yourself more, when you're learning to have more self-worth and know that you are deserving of all the good things that you desire, when other people have limited beliefs, it can really stop you in your tracks because you haven't done enough work on yourself, or you just haven't reached the point where you can silence the noise around you and only focus on what you believe to be true about yourself. And this is something that I personally struggled with, because I would look to other people for validation for, should I do this? Or is this the right move? Is this the right guy? Is this the right job for me? Is this what I should be doing? Instead of looking inward and asking myself, what do I really want? What do I really believe? And so when you do that, and if you're like, oh, I want to make $1 million this year, or let's say I just want to make 20 grand this month, or I want to get to that point. When you have people in your life who have never reached that, a lot of times they can take their limited beliefs out on you, and not in a way that isn't like believing that you can do it, but they can only meet themselves where they are, right? And so if someone in your life hasn't reached that point, then it's easier for them to say, well, don't put so much pressure on yourself if that doesn't happen. Like, that's unrealistic. Maybe unrealistic for that person, but that doesn't mean that it's unrealistic for you. But the more that you keep those things to yourself, especially from people who haven't reached that, who you know would have something negative to say or wouldn't be as happy for you, and not necessarily, again, out of hateration of you, but because they just don't see that being a possibility, it can really hinder what you are doing and what you want for yourself. And also, when you're talking about something before you've actually reached the goal, or you're in motion of doing it, it can have a negative effect in your brain about what it is that you want, because you can psych yourself out of it yourself by talking about it too much. Like, oh, I want to reach this goal. And then your brain starts to think, well, is that actually possible? Like, because you're talking about it before actually putting in any action steps towards it. At least be in the motion of it before you discuss it or be close to it. And even then, I just pick and choose who I want to talk to about it, because I want people in my life and who I discuss these things with to be doing things in their life themselves. When you have a peanut gallery of people who aren't doing anything, who haven't been where you are, who aren't wanting what you desire, it can be challenging for them to even see that that's a possibility because they are so used to this. And that's not saying that you're better than them or that they're better than you. Like, that's not it at all. It is just human nature, for real, to have opinions and to place those opinions and those limited beliefs on people that they love, even if it comes from a place of love and not from fear. It is still fear based because you know that you are capable of more and that you want more for yourself. And I can tell you, as someone who has done this personally, who went from telling everyone everything to telling people limited information until I'm almost there or I reached the goal, it has really benefited me. And so now when I tell my friends and my family things, I am like getting a reaction of, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. Because once it's done, they can now see like, wow, that is possible. Like, they did it. So what, like, that also encourages them to say like, I can do it too. Like, if they did it, then I can do it too. And it's honestly more motivating for people in your life to see the fruition of your manifestations than to just hear you talk about all the things that you want to do that you just end up not doing. And that is sometimes the case when you are sharing too much information. And also, the people in your life aren't going to look at you as withholding information as a bad thing. They will understand like privacy is necessary for her, and privacy is going to uplift her and elevate her in some way. When she's ready to share, she will share. Only people in your life who feel like they are owed information from you will be upset with you. And honestly, those people probably shouldn't be in your life. And so that is a reevaluation in itself. Okay, number 2 is viewing privacy as a luxury, as a sacred luxury, because it is. There's nothing better than to see a woman who has been silent for so long, who hasn't mentioned anything that they're doing, pop out with that new business, pop out with that new man, with a ring on their finger. Like, there's nothing like it. It is like the best surprise that I ever see when I see it on social media, or when someone shares with me like, hey, I have a boyfriend, and it's like, well, I didn't even know you were dating. Or, hey, I just had this new perfume, this new cologne, and I didn't even know you were coming out with that product. There is something so beautiful about privacy. And I think in a world where everyone is sharing all their information, there's something so great about, hi Luno, there's something so great about allowing yourself to have peace around what it is that you really want. See my cat walking around. And in a world where everyone is sharing so much information on social media, there's something so beautiful about keeping certain things to yourself. It's funny because if anybody is a YouTuber and has followed Aaliyah's face, OG YouTuber for 10 years, I think over a decade, to see her pop out with not only a husband but a baby on the way was like, whoa, like the ultimate privacy. And honestly, that made me want to elevate my privacy, the amount that I am private when it comes to certain things, because not everyone needs to know every single thing about you. Like, yes, did she share it with her family and her friends? Yes, but she kept it from her audience until she was ready to share it. And I just think that that is just chef's kiss when it comes to allowing yourself to build and to manifest your dream life in private, and keeping certain things sacred for only yourself. It's almost like a Christmas gift for everyone, right? Or a birthday gift for everyone, a surprise party that you're throwing everyone. And so you have this excitement that like it's coming, I can't wait to share it. And that also keeps you motivated, right? To continue to press forward to whatever it is. And again, when you share too much with people, it can honestly make you start to question yourself and overthink, am I making the right decision? Is this the right guy? Instead of listening to your own intuition and listening to your spirit team, source, God, whatever you want to call it, about what it is that you are manifesting and currently working on in your life. Because sometimes when things start to get really good and you are used to things being bad and you're used to things happening to you that aren't the best, you can psych yourself out and say, this isn't real, this is just like everything else. But when you don't allow yourself to overthink it, when you don't allow yourself to listen to the peanut gallery, when you allow yourself to do things in private, you can work on those thoughts within, right? Because for me, if I'm sharing with everyone, I'm going to start overthinking because I'm looking for validation of, is this the right choice? Should I be doing that? In some sort of way, even if I know inherently that I really want to do that thing or really like this man or whatever it is, it can just really make you overthink. And so instead of continuing to do habits and things that haven't worked before, like if you're like, okay, I'm used to telling everyone everything and these things haven't worked out, instead of thinking like it's the other person that's wishing bad on you, it could just be you and your subconscious playing tricks on you by thinking that when you share things with people that that's necessary in order to get said thing, when in fact it is only hindering you because you're overthinking it. Because me, I'm a natural overthinker. And so if I'm sharing with so many people and people are just putting their little nuggets of advice or opinions within it, I'm gonna start overthinking it. I'm gonna start thinking like, well, maybe I'm moving too fast with this, or maybe I should do this differently. When before I felt so confident in myself, right? Before I felt like this is what I'm meant for, like this is the person I'm meant for, this is the job I'm meant for, this is the career, the business I'm meant to build. Instead of keeping it to myself, now I have all these outside opinions that have seeped into my subconscious and are affecting the way I move on a daily basis. And so it's just really helpful to know that when you keep things to yourself, that you're honoring yourself, right? You are putting yourself first because you know that your opinion is the most important thing and that is the only thing that matters. And when you allow yourself to do that said thing, then no one else can say anything to you. Like, oh, she did it. She met that man and look at them, they're engaged now. They're married, they have a baby, whatever it is. Oh, look, that business, it's working. Wow, I would have never thought it would work. Yeah, because I'm not you. I'm me. I'm me. And that's all you need to be is yourself. You are worthy as yourself. You deserve what you want and you can have it. But maybe just try to be silent about it. And that has been working for me tremendously. Because at the end of the day, transformation is sacred. Your journey to becoming your best self is sacred. And honor that. Honor yourself through every single cycle that you're going through. Honor yourself through every single trial and tribulation and allow the good things to come. And once they come, don't doubt them. Don't let anyone else let you doubt them. You keep it to yourself. You enjoy whatever it is that you're doing in private. And when you're ready to pop out, do it, honey. Well, that is all for today's episode. If you enjoyed it and you are watching this on YouTube, I would love a subscribe, a like, follow, ring the bell if you would like to know more about other episodes that are coming up. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.